this is Alderman Mike Jacobs. You're listening to 103.5 The Sun Community Radio.
Good morning, Sun Prairie. Time to rise and shine.
What?
Time to pour the coffee with Bill.
Who wants to be human?
Time to rise and shine with Bill.
He has all the ingredients for disaster.
Time to get going with Bill.
She's phenomenal.
Welcome to Baker Street with your host, Bill Baker.
Hey, good morning, Sun Prairie, and I'm back. Oh yeah, I'm back doing my thing, and back on the air, and glad to be back. A little difference, don't get to sleep in as much. I talk about sleeping, I'm up at 4:30, 5 o'clock every day anyway, but today was more about trying to find that happy mix between planning the show out, getting everything ready, and getting here so I can talk about a lot of different things today. Hey, got no guest in the studio today, but if you want to be a guest in my studio, come on over, knock on the door, or just walk in, come back to the studio, and say hi. See, tell me, come in and be part of the show if you want to, because I am here, and I'm going to be here from 7 to 9 today. And we're going to talk about a few things. We're going to talk about that election that happened. We're going to talk about the apartment complex downtown, hotel and steakhouse. I think we're going to talk about a little bit about what is the Star newspaper anymore. I don't know what is going on with that. We'll talk a little bit about the library gala because I want you there this Saturday. Join me because I'll be there. And talk about some of the workshops that are happening on here in the media center and everything. But I'm, like I said, I'm glad to be back. I haven't been on since December. Frickin' December, I know, right? You know, during your campaign, what happens is they take you off the air, and so I couldn't be on, and because it's about equal time. Actually, it was not. It was all about control. Al Guyant actually was the one that made all these arrangements and changed the membership guidelines for the media center. Because when you come here and you're a producer, you join as a member. You have to pay your $100 or whatever it is, just so I can do this for free and entertain you and provoke you, make you mad, and make you cry. Yeah, whatever. So Al Guyant, when I ran the very first time, decided he didn't want me on the air, and he got with the city attorney. City attorney figured out a way of taking me off the air because the FCC, all that says is that you have to offer equal time to the opponent. And back at that time, Bob Yokish was the opponent, and there is no way Bob is going to get on the air. So, but love that guy. Bob is a fantastic alder. He's been doing a super fantastic job. Jameson Rabbit, good morning, my friend. We haven't had this interaction in a while. He's on Facebook right now, and if you like, you're listening on the radio, you're more than welcome to go to Baker William J. or go to the 1035 or the Sun Prairie Media Center website, Facebook page, and you can watch the show live there. We do a podcast and we do a radio show at the same time. You're listening to 103.5 WLSP, the Sun, right here in beautiful Sun Prairie, in the Sun Prairie Media Center studios, right next to the library. And that's a great subject over there. Hey, we're underwritten by those wonderful folks at the Bank of Sun Prairie, and of course, that great real estate company, the Baker Realty Group. So glad to be a part of this, glad to be a supporter of the organization. So let's do this. Let's get this show started, and we'll come back and do what we always do. And I forgot my theme music, didn't I? Wow, I'm rusty, okay? I'm a little rusty, but that's all right. That's okay. Hey, Jameson, I want to let you know, last Friday we were at the Marcus Theaters with Tom, and about 50 businesses were there just celebrating the Marcus Theaters and their involvement in the Chamber of Commerce. It was pretty cool, but had a good time. Well, let's get started, and you know what we do on every single show? We go fishing. Fishing in the dark with Nitty Gritty Dirt Band. Good morning, Sun Prairie. I am back in the saddle. Woo! Good morning, Facebook. Glad to see you guys out there right now. Appreciate it. I know you got to get used to this yet, but you will. It'll be all right. Yeah. Monday mornings, 2 hours. I do Wednesdays at 11 for the real estate show, and let's see what else. Baseball. I do a little bit of football. Chris Murtis, good morning. Glad you could join us, bud. There's a guy. I think we're going to try and get Chris on here next week, next Monday, and we're going to talk about the election. And it was a weird election. I'll say a weird election. Why did I say it's weird? I didn't win, but that's okay. I didn't lose either. But we're going to talk about that. I'm looking for a writing implement. Anything you want to talk about, let me know. It's March. You see, it's over. I'm reading the sunspots, which, okay, it's not much. Probably wouldn't even talk about it. There are machines outside. Oh, the Facebook feed does? I don't know what to do about that, Jameson. Is it, which Facebook feed are you on? Because there's machinery outside. Yeah, they're pulling trees, I think. My Facebook. Wow, okay. Let's check this out. Huh. Isn't that interesting? I'm not sure, my friend. The old-fashioned way. Jameson, listening on the radio, at least you get to hear the music. Yeah, they'll shut me down, you know. Hey, Adam, good morning. Thanks, buddy, for watching. Appreciate it. Here we go, Facebook. A little Bachman Turner Overdrive here on 103.5 WLSP. Good morning, Sun Prairie. Glad that you could join me, and welcome back to Good Morning, Sun Prairie. I'm Bill Baker, your host, and I've been, I don't know, I've been gone for a little bit, I guess. I don't know, but, you know, December. December was the last time I was on the air, and it feels weird. It's a little. I don't know what the word is I want to use for it, but yeah, it just feels a little different, you know. Oh, what is this? Gene Autry, come on, you're not there. Looking for that song. I was trying to do something sneaky and play it. There it comes. Here it is. Watch this. Yeehaw! That's true. Oh, yeah. Not in Sun Prairie. Oh yeah. Hey, glad to be back on. I'm honestly glad to be back. It's there's something about radio. It's something about what we do here and in the studio, and being a volunteer, of course. We produce our own shows. Every show that you have at the Media Center is produced by a volunteer, producer, director, writer, and it's a lot of fun. I go back to this is my 9th year I've been on the radio here at the Media Center. Glad to be a volunteer, glad to be a sponsor for different events, glad to be a donor. I donate financially also, because it is a city entity, but it's supported by volunteers and the financial support of its community. It's basically financed by the cable fees, not internet, but just cable fees. A percentage is set up for community radio, community media, and so all across Wisconsin, community media is used what they call PEG, and that's for education and government. And so you can watch your city meetings, your school board meetings, things like that. And the Media Center here, Sun Prairie Media Center, the award-winning Sun Prairie Media Center, has been the leader in Wisconsin for the things, the broadcast and events that we bring you. Jameson Rabbit, who's watching right now on Facebook. Real Reviews, there's the man and the broadcaster of the Sun Prairie Wolves football team, and my former partner of Sun Prairie Cardinal football. So it's a wonderful opportunity for the community to stay in touch with what's going on in the community. Also learn about different activities. We try to bring as much information as we are given, and also entertain you at the same time. We've had great shows like the Traveling Cheesehead on TV. We've had Real Reviews, Jameson Rabbit, I forgot how many shows, over 500 shows or something like that, where he is talking about the latest movies, and sometimes even the old movies. But we also have parenting games. We're doing some reruns on that right now, where Christine Bright is helping you with your interaction with your kiddos. It's a nice little gig, I think, But James Weingard, good morning. There's another radio buddy. He's probably going, wow, you're back. Well, I appreciate that. So this is a lot of fun. It is a nonprofit. It is run by volunteers. And if you've ever thought about being on a radio, you don't have to have experience. Or a TV show, you don't have to have experience. We're going to instruct you. We're going to teach you. I was selling a condo about, over 9 years ago. And the gentleman had a plaque on the wall, had a microphone sticking out of it. And I asked him, I said, hey, are you in TV or radio? And he says, well, a little bit of both. Why do you ask? And I said, well, I've always thought that it would be a great idea to do a radio real estate show that educates and informs the public on buying and selling of real estate. And he said, I think it's a great idea. Why don't you do it? I'm like, well, yeah, okay, yeah. I rolled my eyes, I'm sure. And he says, why don't you do it in Sun Prairie? You're from Sun Prairie. I'm like, well, where would I do it in Sun Prairie? I've been here over 30-some years. Back 9 years ago, I didn't know he had a media center. I had no clue. He sets up a meeting with the director. Good morning, Maureen Crombie. With Jeff Robbins, who was the director at the time. Sat down in front of Jeff. Jeff loved the idea and said, let's do a show. And I said, well, but I don't know how to do it. And I swear to you, I almost threw up on my shoes because it scared me so bad. He says, you know about real estate. Go talk about real estate, and we will push all the buttons and help guide you through the whole process. And voila, there you go. We do about 50 shows a year. So with my sidekick, Laura Stanfield, who is with Wintrust Mortgage. Laura and I bring you the real estate show every Wednesday at 11 o'clock. And last week we kicked off another year. And so it was really exciting. But it's just that easy. I introduced Christine Bright to the studio with her show, Parenting Game. I introduced Danelle Gay, the Traveling Cheesehead. She's been here. Mark Karstens. The list just goes on and on and on. So it's a lot of fun, and as an adult, it's like an adult playground, honest to goodness, because you get to do some amazing things, and more importantly, it's just a lot of fun. Now, with that said, hey, the Sun Prairie Media Center's popular summer workshop lineup has been released. Yep, and if you know someone age 9 to 14, maybe who lives in your house, who loves to make videos, movies, or even podcasts, and wants to take their creativity to the next level, then you need to sign them up. These workshops are designed for budding journalists, filmmakers, actors, and social media influencers who want a fun and creative way to express themselves. Students are introduced to media productions in a fun, hands-on learning environment, and is conveniently located at the Sun Prairie Media Center right next to the public library. These courses inspire kids in a creative atmosphere to learn communication skills they can use for a lifetime. For more information is available at kids4.tv. That's kids4.tv. Online registration begins April 16th at 7 a.m. Mark your calendars as these classes fill up fast. For questions, email staff@sunprairiemediacenter.com. That's staff@sunprairiemediacenter.com. Now, what are you going to learn? Well, they've got Adventures of Animation, Session 1, June 24th to the 27th. Session 2 is July 22nd to the 25th. Adventures in Podcasting, July 8th to the 9th. Adventures in Live Television, July 15th and 16th. Adventures in Movie Making, Sessions 1 and 2, July 9th through August 1st. And again, sunprairiemediacenter.com/memberships. Don't forget there are scholarships that are available. Sorry about that. I had a cough. I had something wedged in the throat. So we've had an interesting time lately in the last few weeks since, for me, since April 2nd. It's been, we had an election. We did. But Sun Prairie, my question to you is, where the hell were you? Where in the hell were you? Do you know that only 30%, it was like 29 points, something, showed up for this election? Now, and I love it when I say that, and people go, well, it's a spring election, there's really nothing big there. Well, folks, there is something big. We had city council race, we had school board race, we had judges, you had supervisors. There's a lot of people in there. And for me, what's concerning about that is you didn't show up. You didn't show up. Now, I was a candidate, I was running, and I was defeated by Santiago Rojas, and by 94 votes. Now, we did have a huge snowstorm that day, but this is your constitutional right, man, to get out there and vote. There are some out there that can't vote. They're just not allowed, like felons and things like that. But where were you? Where were the other 70% that say that the city doesn't communicate with them, that they don't know what's going on, that they need more input? Are those 70% those people? What is it about elections that you don't like? Or you just don't take the time to do it? I'm just curious because it's concerning. It's concerning. I guess it's more concerning when you're an actual candidate, but at the same time, you should be doing it. You should be out there. Be involved with what's going on. Cassie Benedict, she defeated David Virgil by 26 votes. David was an incumbent, and that was another shock. And then recently we had one of our alders in District 4, Faustina Bowling, Tina, she just resigned as city council. So there's going to be some interesting things going on there. But I'm just curious about this lack of attention to the people that are going to run your city. Yeah, these are people that are making decisions, and it should be based upon constituent input. But I'm not sure. But with the results of this, the 30%, that's not many people. That's not many people. There's like 1,500 people, I want to say, in District 2 that voted out of 5,500. 55, but citywide only 29 point yada yada yada, whatever the number is. I always round it up to 30, so 30%. Yeah, 30%. On Tuesday night, I'm going to go to council, and I'm going to be speaking in front of the council during the public comment time. And I'm going to talk about how for District 2 in the area, I mean, basically, it was pretty close to a 50-50 race there. I had less than 50%, rounded up. But the thing is that I want to remind these new city council people is that there were people, half the people that voted didn't agree with them. And they need to respect that. They need to nurture that. They need to learn more and about what and why. Man, I got the coughs, of course. As soon as I get on the air, I get the coughs. Don't. Incredible. But you see what I'm saying to you? Yeah. You have an election. I mean, for me, December, January, February, March, 4 months of campaigning. And I got to tell you about the campaign. I had so much fun. The people out there when I was door knocking, and I counted, it was like 990 some doors that I had knocked on. I had 2 or 3 other people that were also helping me with that. And so just to try and get the message out, what I'm about. I didn't just have ideas, I had plans compared to my opponent who just had ideas, no plans. But the thing is that I enjoyed the door knocking. I thought it was fabulous. I thought it was wonderful how you brought me into your homes at times, and we sat and talked for 5 or 10 minutes. But then there's the others that I'm concerned about. And what I'm concerned about is, especially the older homes. This is where the older homes are, where you got that big picture window in the front. A lot of times your sidewalk runs right up in front of your big picture window. And of course, as it gets later in the day, all the lights are on, you're watching TV or whatever, and you knock on the door, ring the doorbell, but you saw as you walked up that they're sitting on the couch watching TV. They know I'm there. They know I'm at the door. And I've heard this from other candidates too. And they didn't answer the door. No, knew it. Even go to the window, tap on the window. Hi! No, I never did that. But I thought it would be fun to do that. But it's just interesting. Here's my thing. The comments that people made during the door knocking and through telephone calls, emails, and that is that you want more communication. You want to know more. You want to be more in tune with what's going on in the city. How many times people said we didn't know about it? But you get what you get. And so what you have to do is stay in tune. I mean, you don't have to get into every little thing, but you just stay involved with what's going on. Follow pages on Facebook. Follow the city page, website. Reach out to your alder. Brent Iceburner, who will be stepping down this week, tomorrow. He did a fabulous job. I mean, he returned phone calls, responded to emails. He was in tune with what was going on. And we're going to miss him. We really are. Last year, when I got married last June, and we didn't have a honeymoon. We planned to do the honeymoon in March of this year, which we did. We went to Aruba. But it was right at the end of the campaign. And I will be honest with you, I made a choice. My wife over the campaign. Absolutely. Every time. And I thought, never did I ever think that Iceburner was going to step down, because he was just doing such a great job. He was a wonderful mix of the council that we have, and we've got a great city council. And we'll see what's going to happen with the new alders that are going to be sworn in tomorrow. But I'm just concerned about the politics. I'm concerned about the lack of connection between you as the community and city government. This is your city. This is our city. And It's going to be what we want it to be, but you've got to be out there. You've got to be in tune. It's like the school board race. I mean, the same thing there. You've got to talk to those folks. You've got to be in tune with them, because there's a lot of things going on. Even if your child you don't have a child in the school district, you should still be involved with them, because that way you can be in the know and you can have a voice and let them know. Bryn Horton and Alwyn Foster, they were reelected, and I think that was a good choice. I like that. But you got to reach out to these folks. Bryn Horton's fabulous, man. She's right in tune with everything. She will take a call, email. Steve Schrader, Diana McFarland do just a wonderful job, and so get involved with your candidates, to say, would you? Get involved with your city alders. Doesn't mean you got to be buddy, but if you build that relationship, at least you can pick up the phone and you can say, hey, I don't like this. I like this. Thank you for doing this. Thanks for this. Yeah, don't forget to do the positive stuff along with the negative. Hey, I do want to say this. So Faustina Bowling's tenure at the city council, she's done a great job. She was committed to her service and dedication to the Sun Prairie community. And as Paul Esther said, we understand her decision to tend her personal matters and wish her the best in future endeavors. She's got a lot going on in her life, and she's just not able to give her city council stuff full attention. So she's out there, and she had to raise her hand and say, hey guys, I can't do this. I wish she had done that earlier, maybe in 2023 in December, so we could have had an election in that area again. It would be a special election, but it didn't happen. Stuff happens in life, but I want to say thank you to her for raising her hand and being a part of the system and the process, because you got to do it. You just if you don't like something, step up and make it happen. In my case, I felt I could make a difference. I felt that because of the relationships that I had with the city council people, and when I say relationships, that means that I've actively been involved, addressing the council, working with them on different things, whether it was the media center or shelter from the storm or sunshine supper, whatever the event was, having a voice with those folks where when I reach out, they know who I am and I can have a respectful conversation with them. And like I said, I think we got some great alders there. Steve Stalker, Maureen Crombie, Terry McElroy, Bob Yokish, Mike Jacobs, David Virgil was one. And the mayor. Some of you people out there, you don't like the mayor. Well, okay, you don't like him. You may not like what he does politically, but I'm going to tell you, I think the guy's a pretty good guy. Do we always agree politically? No. But we respect each other, and we respect each other's comments. So, so that's all I got on this. But again, a huge thank you. I had the support of 6 of the 8 alders. They endorsed me. Melissa Radcliffe, Melissa Agard. I had former Sheriff Dave Mahoney. He all endorsed me. Oscar Morales from, and I can't think of the name of the school. Listen, he's a good friend of mine too. But also the Realtors Association and then Realtors of South Central Wisconsin also endorsed me, and so I had a huge lineup of endorsements. But and also to all of you that did support my campaign financially and through volunteering, I really appreciate that. And who knows? Who knows? I might do it again. I may not. I don't know. It's a lot of time, a lot of work, and not sure. We will see what happens next, but I'm not committing to anything. Let's go back to a little bit of music, and we'll reset the show and come back, and we'll chat a little bit about the apartment building that the Planning Commission approved last week, known as Jcap, right where the blast happened. So how about this? A little bit of 38 special right here. If I can find the buttons, guys. Well, he's still on there. Hang on. Here we go. 38 special right here on 103.5 WLSP. Good morning, everybody. Gosh. Hey, sorry, Facebook. Man, I'm all choked up and everything. I don't know what's going on. I'm 62 years old. I didn't think I would have allergies the way I do, but yeah. I love the spring season and everything, but oh my gosh. It gets worse, I think, the more I age. love me some ELO right here in Do Ya? Oh yeah, 103.5 WLSP, the Sun. Good morning, Sun Prairie. Glad that you could be here and you're joining me today. And if you hear a lot of noise, it's because they got some machinery outside. They're looking like they're pulling up trees, or they are. I don't think they're planting trees, but yeah, the city's out there doing some work, and so I apologize for the added sound that you might hear on here. Getting a lot of comments on Facebook and onto my texting, and people are asking me about the turnout and all this, and 30% of a turnout, yeah, make their comments out there was how about the election, and it was basically about how stupid the election was here, and how things are happening or proposed happening in Sun Prairie, and people just didn't like it, and I don't know. What I thought was interesting, some of the comments I got, and next door, oh my gosh, the ugly thing about social media I think is fantastic until you become an idiot, or you think without, or you speak without thinking, or you type without thinking on there. And one of the comments that I got, and I have to tell you, I'm on my honeymoon. I'm in Aruba, and people are sending me messages because I'm trying to stay in touch and still trying to campaign on my honeymoon. Which Terry, man, she was a trooper, and I guess you married right when there. She's like, go get them, take care of that, do that. We got time. We'll do stuff. And one of the comments, and I'm going to say it was stupid, I think. They commented that because I talk about how I have the relationship with the city council and the endorsement of the city council, which my opponent had none, and they said, well, that would just be like a cluster, and they'd all just stick together and vote together because they have their friendship and they know each other. And I rolled my eyes, and you sit back in your chair and go, did somebody really just say that? Oh my gosh. The beauty of it, why it was so important, and we're going to miss out on this, but because we've got a renegade on the council right now, and I'm hoping, I know that the mayor will reel him in, is that when you have a group of people that are comfortable with each other, that can work together as a team, they can openly have debate and discussion about subjects and disagree on subjects respectfully, and then move forward. And then if the vote takes place, your opinion isn't accepted, okay, you accept what the decision is and you move forward. I think we're going to run into some issues this year about this. I think there's going to be some nasties, and you mark my words. Take this show. It's all recorded. They all loved coming back to watch my shows, by the way. And I love how they would spin the information on this stuff, too. So, yeah, politics. Oh, my God. I thought the Trump-Biden stuff was nasty at times. There were some people that came out and they wanted to spin my stuff. And talking about the development that was going to happen on Communication Way over there, and that how I was for that, and that's not true. I wasn't for the development, but I did like the idea, and I think that it's needed. And when you've got people coming out of jail or prison, they have a very difficult transition, and they have to try and go back into the workplace. They need to find a home, and if they've been in there for a long time, that transition is pretty tough. And I've had friends that I know that are involved in that. They described it to me. They said, if you've ever seen the movie Shawshank Redemption, you'll see the transitions of the guys coming out, and where they end up working at a grocery, and they're in this apartment, and they're just lost because they've been told what to do, when to do it, how to do it for so long, relying on somebody else to guide their way. They have no idea. And so I believe that in our society we need to help with that. Is it a living arrangement? Yeah, sure, it could be. But I don't think that the proposal that was originally put together was complete. I didn't feel very secure with the proposal financially. But more importantly, if I had been an alder, this is what I said, was that I would have voted against the development, but I'd also would vote down any development until the water problem is addressed on the other side. And because there is flooding over on Lois Lane and Pony Lane that are right across the street. And if you go there right now and look at it, if you drive by on 19, you'll see that the water table is up. And so if they get too much rain, it floods their basements and their backyards, and those folks over there are doing the best they can. But if you want to put a development there, they need to fix that water problem first. And so that is my comment on it. And now you've heard it again. You heard it 10 times when people kept coming back, oh no, he was for this. Well, you know what? I am a human being. I believe that people deserve second chances, and you need to help them sometimes. And they might have made a mistake, but they've served their time, and let them move on with their life and try to help them. It's just a good Christian thing to do. And yes, my faith does come into play with that. So there you have it. So anyway, it was an interesting process, and it does take time and effort to get out there and campaign, but I had fun doing it. I was tired, lost 10 pounds. That was a lot of walking, 10 to 14,000 steps a day when I was door knocking. I was trying to do that every single day. So that's it was something else. Hey, I want to let you know that Love Your Library Gala is coming up this Saturday, April 20th from 6 to 9 p.m. It's going to be a lot of fun. Join us for an after-hours event to benefit the next chapter expansion and renovation project at the Sun Prairie Public Library. Live cooking demonstrations with Chef Patrick DePaula, international street food by Salvatore's, and bar by Cannery Wine. Live artist demo and one-of-a-kind artwork as part of the raffle. Historic story walk, gaming across the decades, and so much, much more. We can't wait to interact with these cool things that come in to our new market space and expansion, and want you to get a sneak peek at the exciting activities to come. Tickets are $60, and you can go, I don't even have the address. Oh, how about that? You can go to the Sun Prairie Foundation.com and get your tickets there. Go to their Facebook page, Sun Prairie Library Foundation Facebook page, and that will take you there also. If you got kiddos, for $10, they will watch your kids. And for, what, 3 hours? $10? That's pretty cheap, folks, isn't it? Yeah. So be there, would you? Come out and say hi. I'll be there for sure. I will absolutely be there for sure. It's a wonderful, Terry and I love going to that. And we're big supporters of the library. Libraries are more than just books, people. It's this place over here rocks. If you haven't been to the library lately, you got to come check it out, because your library is hopping. And as a real estate agent, I will tell you that when people are looking at places to move, they look at the school district, they look at our parks, they look at our library system, they look at the community as a whole, and I'm going to tell you that we are at the top of that list. We rock it in the way of fastest growing cities, because we are that involved in our community, and it's you. They want to come here because of you, the listeners, the people that live in this community. They know you interact. They know that you'll respond to them. They know that if their car breaks down on the side of the road, that you will come in and help them. And so, be proud of that, Sun Prairie. But come over and check out the library. The expansion's going to happen. I think our construction here will start this fall. We're going to be part of the maker space. And in fact, the Friends group, Friends of the Media Center, of which I'm president, we've committed $25,000 to the library just for that maker space on behalf of the Media Center. Very proud to do that. But I want you to come check out your library. I hold meetings here. I just interact with people. I'll meet people here, and it's a lot of fun. It's a great library. If you want to do Ancestry.com, you can do it for free here at the library. And thanks, Whitney. Whitney McMahon says, "You're back. Been so long since the radio show." has popped up for me. I assume the election has ended for you. Yeah, in more ways than one, Whit. Oh my gosh. Yes. It definitely ended for me. Hey, let's talk about, what do you want to talk about first? Let's do this. Let's talk about the newspaper. The Sun Prairie newspaper. Or should I say lack of the newspaper. I mean, have you gotten the newspaper? Do you get the newspaper anymore? Or do you get the digital version of the newspaper? It's hurting. It's sad. But I mean, this happens worldwide right now about newspapers because they're not reporting anymore. It's more like they're just, I don't know what the phrase is. They're not looking for news. They're just kind of reporting stuff that's already been reported on Facebook or social media, and it's old news when by the time we get it. It's sad. And our star, I think, has gone to hell since Chris Murtis retired. We just don't get the news that we have become accustomed to. And I'm really disappointed in it. I know that there's been editorials that have been put into the newspaper that never were responded or never posted, so we don't even know what the editor does anymore. But yeah, the newspaper. Wow. I mean, I don't know. It's lacking, right? All over the place. Not only just our star, but all the newspaper. There's nothing in this paper. I'm looking at this paper. It's all happenstance, I guess. But what do we do about that? How do we address that? How do we get the newspaper to step up and give us good, solid reporting and good, solid writing also? Well, I think we have to tell them. I think we have to reach out and tell them. Yeah, do we want a digital world? Yeah, that's fine. I read the paper. Well, I love to say that. I read the paper on my phone, but that's the way life is today. But I am one that would love to have a good New York Times where I could sit on a Sunday morning, have a cup of tea after church, and just read the newspaper with very sound articles. We don't have sound articles. It's just telling us what's going on, what's happening there. Good as in reputable. That's exactly right, Whit, and thanks. Yeah, I mean, reputable. We need good sound reporting, not left or right reporting. I mean, we do know that the news media and all that, they're in there for the entertainment side of it at times, and or they're being told which way to report on things, and I just don't agree with it. And like I said, Chris Murtis being gone, I think our paper has gone downhill. I do. They've got some very talented people. You know, Ethan Farrell, I like the guy. He does a good job, but let's go. Give me an article. Give me something interesting. Give me some good sounding, positive news that's out there. And I don't know how we go about this. I don't know how we go about helping the newspaper give us that information. I'm not sure. It's just like TV news, kind of. I mean, look at the more seasoned broadcasters. They're kind of being pushed aside for these young things coming in, and they're trying to figure out how to tie a tie. And you know, you lose all the good ones. Remember back in the day with Dan Presser? Now there's a guy. That's a newscaster right there. He knows how to go get that news. He knew how to report the news too. And so that was, yeah, I thought it was kind of exciting. But, oh my goodness, I tell you, the things that go on in our world, right? I know. All right, it's the 8 o'clock hour, so let's see what we can do about that. How about this right here? Thanks, Lisa. Lisa Wolf. That was my very first producer, and love that lady. She is absolutely amazing, and I really appreciate it. Hey, don't forget that the Chamber of Commerce is holding their Sunrise Sun Prairie tomorrow morning. Yep. It's going to be down at the Hilton. Starts at 8 o'clock in the morning, and it's going to be a wonderful, it's always a wonderful opportunity for all businesses. There are going to be over 100 businesses in this room, and I will be there. I'll be one of them. And we're going to share ideas. We're going to share thoughts and ideas. And this month's sponsor is Danelle Gay, the Traveling Cheesehead. Now, this lady has written more books than you can imagine, and she's got a wonderful book out about her, I want to say her father-in-law, who was in the military, and some of the history behind there. I love the video that she's created, the information that she's provided, and why don't you stop out, reach out to the Sun Prairie Chamber of Commerce, sunprairiechamber.com, and sign up, or just show up at the Hilton at 8 o'clock tomorrow. We'll get you in there. Come in as a guest on me, okay? How about that? So if you're in a business and you want to check it out, just see what it's about, come on out and try it and do it on me. I will sign you up and take care of any of the cost that we have. It'll be a breakfast, by the way, so you can come out and be a part of that. As we talked about, the Library Gala is happening this Saturday, so I want to make sure that you get out there and that you're a part of that. April 20th, 6 to 9. Tickets are $60, and it really goes towards the renovation project for the public library system. There's going to be live demos, cooking demos by Chef Patrick DePaula, international street food by Salvatore's, and wine by Cannery Wine. Live artist demos, one-of-a-kind artwork as part of the raffle, historical story walk, gaming across the decades, and so much more. So stop in, be a part. That's this Saturday from 6 to 9 p.m. at the Sun Prairie Public Library. And yeah, it's well, hopefully as we move forward with Good Morning Sun Prairie, we'll have more activities and more news that I can report to you. But I got to be there for the chamber stuff and also for the library. Hey, also, I want to let you know about the chamber. Talk about that for just a couple of minutes here. Hey, Jeff, thanks for watching. Jeff Wilkins is on. Great insurance agent that he is. Want to tell you that the chamber, we're up over 500 members. Oh my gosh, we've grown so much, and we're looking to grow another 100. That's 500 businesses in Sun Prairie are getting together every Friday and the third Tuesday. No, not all 500, but every Friday we have what's called Coffee Chat. And it's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Yes, it's exactly what it sounds like. It's a coffee chat. But what happens is about 50 to 55 people get together, and then we're sharing ideas and thoughts and our business about what's going on in the city. And what happens is we end up trying to help each other. It's just a great program, and I would love for you to come out and be a part of that. See if I can find the calendar and let you know where that is. You can find out more information by going to the sunprairiechamber.com. And for more information, this week's coffee chat is oh, that's the 5th. Hang on, I got the wrong one. Sorry, I'll tell you in just a second. Sorry about that. Okay, this week, where is it going to be? Oh, it's going to be at Crest Funeral Home. Over at 1310 Emerald Terrace, and we've been there before. It's a lot of fun, and it's a funeral home. We learn a little bit about the funeral process and all that. No, you don't see any bodies or anything like that, but we do learn a lot about it. And so they have a meeting room in the back, and you can rent that room. Sometimes they don't even charge for it, but you can be a part of it and come in and use the facilities. But it's going to be at Crest. They'll have coffee and some danishes and stuff like that, and we can talk. One of the things that I share when we're talking at the very end, about the last 15 minutes, we introduce ourselves and talk about our business for like 10 seconds, is I'm up to 15 people where I have connected them or done business with them in some fashion. And that's how valuable this organization is. That your business will will benefit greatly from the interaction that you have. And of course, I always say you get what you give. So if you want to be a part of it, then and you want to help your business grow or learn ideas or mix with somebody that might be able to handle a issue you may have, or if you need something like a social media post or help with your accounting side, or just getting another business owner's perspective, you really need to be a part of the chamber and be out there and in these settings. Coffee chat on Fridays, every single Friday, different location each week, and then on the third Tuesday of the month we have Sunrise, Sun Prairie. So I want you to be a part of those, and if you'd like tomorrow, if you want to be check it out, Sunrise, Sun Prairie, come out and be my guest, and would love to see you there. All right. So let's talk a little bit about a subject that has really influenced Sun Prairie. When I say influenced Sun Prairie, I love the way that Sun Prairie has come out for this. So Jcap Real Estate's controversial, I'll say it that way, multifamily housing development and Cobblestone Hotel in downtown Sun Prairie passed the city's planning commission by a vote of 8-1 this past week. They passed their general development plan and precise implementation plan. The only one that did not vote for approval on this was Annalise Eichert, and the reason she says she didn't vote for it is that they should have presented this the very first time. And I think it was one of the craziest comments. And the reason I'm saying that is because they wanted to do 4 levels, 4 stories, but instead they presented 6. Why? The mayor suggested that they go to 6 floors and put underground parking. Those 2 additional floors would cover the cost of the underground parking, and the community went nuts. And so didn't work out, and they were shot down. They came back. Jcap, this group, has already invested over $600,000 into this project. And so I'd like to see it happen. Now, where is this project? If you're not familiar, it's at the corner of Bristol and Main. It's where the blast occurred. It's where Skis was located, if you remember that, with the sign and everything. Well, this development has apartments, and it also has a hotel, and it also has a steak place, a steak restaurant. And so it's exciting because that downtown area is getting a little dull. Let's say dull, okay? What I mean by that is we need to have something that brings people to downtown. Yes, is Eddie's Bar one of my favorite? Absolutely. Full Mile, is that one of my favorites? Yes, absolutely. You've got your little shops that are there. Absolutely. Come on, the Wire Basket. Yeah. Faded Roots is really the only business that is a destination. And, Jennifer Lee's done such a fantastic job with that. But we need other businesses that are that attraction, that they have that ability to pull people into the community. We have that ability to entice them to come downtown. And the hotel, the apartments, and that restaurant are going to add to Cannery Wine and Spirits that are there. Or it's going to add to all the different businesses. It's going to help them. It's going to bring and revitalize that downtown area. Now, that hotel, oh yeah. So we're going to have, the ice arena. They have tournaments all the time. And those people don't stay. They go to Cottage Grove or they go to East Madison, because the Hilton, as they've stated, is a little bit more expensive than what they want to pay. I don't know what the cost of this place is going to be, but it's going to give them an opportunity to stay in town and not too far from the arena. The other thing is, we've talked about the Ashley Field and what goes on there. We had the Isthmus Bowl for football, and so those folks also have an opportunity to stay in downtown, not too far from
the activities. So, or also weddings, the loft. Bill and Michelle have said that they've had wedding groups that would love to have a place downtown where they can stay and not be too far, even walking distance away. So it's a great thing. The vote is going to come in front of the City Council this Tuesday. So if you'd like to have input on this, please come in and be a part of that. Put your name down and go up and speak. I will give you a hint. You can talk from the heart, but I'll tell you, it's just as easy and it's just as powerful as if you write it down and read it. That way you won't forget anything, and you won't be going and one more thing and this and that. And if you don't like something, if you oppose it, that's okay, but oppose it respectfully. If you agree with it respectfully. Don't gloat. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting part of this. One of the concerns is parking. We'll see on Tuesday night how that goes. If we lose this one, I can't see anything else coming in there. But because what's going to happen is the message they're sending to developers is that the city's not willing to support different ideas than that. And you know, the business has to make money. It does. And how much they make, that's up to them. That's why we're called capitalist, right? So it's it's up to them. And some people were getting into their pockets, which I was reading some of the comments on Facebook, and it's just ridiculous. They're going to make 10%. Well, okay, what if they want to make 50%? That's up to them. I don't hear anybody talking about going to buy something else in our community or this world going, oh my God, I got to pay how much? Where are you about gas prices? They're going up. I don't see any comments about that, right? But this will help revitalize our downtown area. And then I think the second part of this equation is helping the downtown area, the Main Street area, revitalize themselves. You know, the governor signed into a bill that was supported by the Realtors Association especially, that gives interest-free loans to businesses that have rental properties above it. Main Street properties that have rental properties above, they will give you loans at no cost to revitalize, to renovate those buildings, because they want the downtown area to thrive. They want it to be just magnificent. So there's such an opportunity for us right now to just make that look fantastic. So get involved with what's going on in downtown Sun Prairie. There's a lot of stuff happening, and if you blink, you might just miss it. I'm not sure, but I want to get you more involved. So let's do this. How about a little bit more music? And here's one of the favorite Monday songs from the Boomtown Rats, and I Don't Like Mondays. Right here on 103.5 WLSP, The Sun. Good morning, Sun Prairie. Welcome to Good Morning, Sun Prairie. Hi. I thought that was you that walked by. No, I saw this body just fly by the window.
Oh, yes.
Hey, Shirley, good morning. Hey Facebook, man, this? I love the warm weather and all that, but man, the I don't know if it's pollen already, but the my allergies just kicked in a little bit. I don't know what it is. It wasn't when I came into the studio, but while I'm sitting here, everything's just like. How about you guys? Is it affecting you guys yet? Of course, I am sitting in shorts. I do want you to know that. I have shorts on. And flip-flops, because I love flip-flops. How do you feel about the apartment deal that's out there? About Jcap? I'm definitely for it, but just curious what you guys think about it. A little bit of Journey right here on 103.5 WLSP, the Sun. Right here in the beautiful Sun Prairie Media Center studios, and we're right next to the library. Hey, we're underwritten by those wonderful folks at the Bank of Sun Prairie, and of course the Baker Ruley Group. It's always proud to be a part of the organization and what's going on. And I want to talk about that. The Sun Prairie Media Center's popular summer workshop lineup has been released again. And if you know of someone, maybe they live in your house, age 9 to 14, who loves to make videos, movies, or even podcasts, and wants to help their creativity or take their creativity to the next level, then this is perfect for them, and they need to sign up right away. These workshops are designed for the budding journalists, filmmakers, actors, and social media influencers who want a fun and creative way to express themselves. Students are introduced to media production in a fun, hands-on learning environment that is conveniently located at the Sun Prairie Media Center right next to the public library. These courses inspire kids in a creative atmosphere to learn communication skills that they can use for a lifetime. And for more information, go to kids4.tv. That's kids4.tv. Online registration begins April 16th at 7 a.m. Mark your calendars, as these classes traditionally fill up fast. For questions, email staff@sunprairiemediacenter.com. That's staff@sunprairiemediacenter.com. And I will tell you that these kids have a blast when they're here. And if you ever if you have cable TV, and if you don't, you can stream everything live right here at the Media Center by going to sunprairiemediacenter.com and watch the Kids 4 shows. Oh my gosh, they're priceless. These kids are really very creative, and so classes do fill up fast, so don't be shy, would you? And just get in there and make sure that you have your kids signed up. Don't wait, don't hesitate, just make sure that you get it done, right? We're talking about the apartment complex down at the corner of Bristol and Main. And originally, the proposal came in when they were first doing this. It was set up for four levels, 4 stories. And, the comprehensive plan, all of that lays that out for 4 to 6. And they wanted to do 4 with surface level parking, and the mayor came in and suggested, why don't you do 6 and do underground parking? Well, that cost a lot of, I don't know what you want to say. The neighbors went crazy. I loved how many people came in and testified for this thing against it. And that's the North Street people, some of the downtown area people. They came in and they were sharing their thoughts, and I thought they did a pretty good job. And yes, they're going to use a TIF on this. And they should use a TIF. TIF benefits the city. TIF is how you get people, you get businesses to come to Sun Prairie, to any municipality. It's what draws them in. And what it says basically is that you're going to pay the tax as what it is right now, graduated over the next 10 years, could be. And but the tax base that comes from that is just huge. Now, why do we want stuff like this in Sun Prairie? Well, I hear it all the time. I heard it during the campaign. You say our taxes are too high. Well, can you imagine what our taxes would be without the apartment complexes, the businesses that are coming into town? Because they offset that. They become a large portion of that. You know, it's like people say, well, you know, people that rent don't pay taxes or property taxes. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Trust me, as a landlord, as a former landlord, I don't have any properties now, but as a former landlord, I can tell you that you give me a cost, I'm going to share it with my tenants. Because it's a business. You want to make money on it. And, I mean, I could say it this way, you want to be as profitable as you can. Right? So whatever happens with different things like security systems or security locks on buildings, fences, you know, during the campaign we had the 2 young boys drown, and all of a sudden the comments were, we need to put fences around all water. Well, you know who pays for that? Not the city. No, the people that own the land. And if it's an apartment building, the apartment developer pays it up front, and then they pass it along to the tenants, which makes rents go through the roof. And that's it's right. It's the right thing to do. But there's these new buildings, these new projects in that are going to help offset property taxes. And they make Sun Prairie attractive. Right now, in Sun Prairie, housing is still low. Okay, what I mean by that is the number of homes available, the existing homes, and maybe a few new construction that have been built and are ready for somebody to move into, is very low. But we have a huge demand. We still have buyers wanting to move into Sun Prairie. And it's going to get worse until about June. Maybe July. Maybe. Because what happens is people are now, they're getting situated and ready to move as soon as the kids get out of school, and they want to move here. They want to live where they work. They want to be close to where they work. They don't want to live in Monona and drive to Sun Prairie. Now this is all from different levels of economic demographics. It could be your waiters. It could be your police officer. Well, police officer. It could be your school teachers. It could be anybody. I mean, it's they want to live here. And people like Hallman Lindsay, they want them to live here too, because when they move here, they get a job here. You want them to stay, but because the cost of attraction of those people to get a good employee is very high. And so if you have turnover, you're constantly incurring more cost that could go towards further education. But let me give you an example. So if you have somebody from Monona that decides they can get a job at Hallman Lindsay for $20. I have no idea what they pay over there. Tim and Beth, I have no idea what they pay. But so I'll just say $20. And they're driving from Monona all the way to Hallman Lindsay. Right? And Hallman Lindsay trains them. And what's it cost to train them? Provide benefits and all that. $5,000? $6,000? You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised. And so you get them in, and they're there, and then all of a sudden, a job similar to what they have now becomes available in Monona for $21 or even $19. They will quit and go back there and work where they live because they're only minutes from the house, right? So those are the things we have to keep in mind. So we need to keep building. We need another developer besides Viridian to take over a large patch. Oh, by the way, we are running out of land. And what happens after you run out of land? You build up. And that's why I don't know if I really had a problem with the 6th floor stories of that hotel downtown. My only concern, if I had been an alder, would have been listening to the citizens about their concerns about that, and taking that into consideration, right? But I'm okay with our downtown area going up. What I'm not okay with is destroying our history, and we got to keep our history. And that's why Jcap and the way they've designed this in that corner of Bristol and Maine, where they have it set back. So when you're coming down the street, you actually see the old City Hall and the new City Hall. It's really cool. They put that thought into this, and it was pretty exciting. So there's a lot of things going on, but you still have time. Planning Commission approved this, and what that means is it goes into City Council. And so they will have the final say in this. There'll be discussions. There'll be public hearing again. You'll have your opportunity to show your support, yes or no. You can watch online if you want to. But I would tell you to come down. Bring your water bottle, bring a soda, bring something to drink, and sit there and enjoy watching the process of your government. Introduce yourself to your alder. I'll be there, and if you don't know who your alder is, tell me, and I will introduce you to them. It's important. The other people that are important are our city employees. Oh yeah, I mean, you've got Aaron Oppenheimer, who's our city administrator, and he really runs the city. He handles the day-to-day operations of the city, and I want to tell you that. That guy has got an incredible staff of employees. I've met so many of them. Jeremy Kramer at Public Works, Lori Ewald from Sun Prairie Utilities, Taylor Brown, Economic Development, Josh Clements, who does development also, Becky Benz, Chief Steffes, Chief Garrison, the police officers. I mean, I could go right down this list to tell you who's there. I mean, these people are professionals. That are Sandy Jong, who is Aaron Oppenheimer's assistant, just class act. These people are class acts, and we are very fortunate to have them on our staff and helping run and helping our city thrive. And the way that we can help them thrive is by interaction with them. Economic development. I mean, who do you know? What business do you know that should be in Sun Prairie? Do you personally know a business owner that would benefit by being in Sun Prairie? That's where you help Taylor Brown and what she does. Just lost Mike Bailey. I love the guy, and he's going on into the private world instead of public, and so I wish him well. As he said, he's going for the money. He gets to do a lot of consulting, and he's a good one for that too. He worked with Taylor Brown. They were a great 1-2 punch over there. So Scott Kugler, there you go. There's another guy. I mean, we've got such a great staff in our city, and that is one of the things that makes us so good. So coming back to this apartment, hotel, and restaurant, what I want to say to the developer is, don't you back out on this restaurant. Don't you back out on this hotel. I don't want to get this thing approved and like, oh wow, the restaurant backed out. You better put a restaurant in there, and we better hold them accountable for that. You know, because I think it would help us. You know, Bucket Honey's is fantastic. Daly's is fantastic for those type of meals. Bucket Honey's for more of a higher end meal. An atmosphere to say. Daly's, Steve's got a great operation over there too. I think his fish fries are fabulous. And man, for the money, you get a lot of food. But having another restaurant, a destination restaurant, would be fantastic. And that hotel, I can tell you, it's going to be full. Oh yeah, with all the activities we have going on, and because of that hotel and that restaurant and everything, this is where you take activities like Kristen Grisham and her parks, and Elise Peters and what she does. And let's make Groundhog Day a Groundhog Week. And let's have a Groundhog Ball or Gala, right? And maybe that Gala supports local Sun Prairie charities. You know, that would be a lot of fun. But that keeps people here in the community, right? I keep saying that we at Sun Prairie, at Bank of Sun Prairie Stadium at Ashley Field, when are the concerts going to start? Who's going to step up finally instead of talking about this and just get the concerts there? Well, Bree Stevens is sold out at most concerts, and yet we're missing that opportunity. We really are. And we could have some great performance. It's going to take a 12 to probably 18-month period of time to get the talent in there that you want. And of course, here's Bill. Bill's talking about Styx, Boston, the good guys that are coming in there, right? We can have some of those names that come in. Weezer. People love Weezer. Was sold out. What was it, 9,000 people or something like that? Oh my gosh. And I forgot the ticket price, $75 a ticket or something like that. And if you want VIP, it's $100 a ticket. You're up close to the stage and things. And then they sell refreshments. Now we can sell alcohol at Ashley Field, but funny story. The Lions Club, which I are one, I'm a part of it. We use Bree Stevens and the concerts as a fundraiser, as a mechanism for that. And so, and we'll go in there, we'll make maybe $1,000 a concert, which isn't bad for 2 or 3 hours of work, right? We get to see the concert, and a lot of times we're serving beer. Well, I got to tell you, last year, and you know everything's credit card now. So you have these electronical devices in your hand, and we had a lull in sales. And Jim McCourt, before he moved to Minnesota, he's playing with the device and he's looking at this thing, and he pulls up the report. And within a 2-hour period of time, what he found was beer sales. And within a 2-hour period of time, they'd made $250,000 in beer sales. That doesn't include wine and water and soda and food. It was amazing, and we can copy that here and make it happen. But you got to have the people to step up and do this, and that means the city and tourism and Parks and Rec, the school district, and then volunteers. And believe me, the volunteers will step up. When you have quality organizations like the Optimist Club, Rotary Club, Lions Club, Exchange Club, right? VFW. You've got the Knights of Columbus. There's 6 of them. How about Shelter from the Storm? Those organizations are going to help run that because they're going to get dollars from it, right? It's a good way to support your charities. Sunshine Place will be all over that, supporting it. The restaurants, local restaurants, maybe they use their food stands and all that for the concerts. Why not? Make some money off of it. Percentage of that goes to the nonprofits. Something like that. That's what we need. We need that person to step up. Now, I thought I was that person as a candidate. Half of you in Sun Prairie said no in District 2. So maybe next time. We'll see. But it still doesn't stop me from pushing that agenda and asking the questions that need to be asked. That to say to somebody that's my alder, this is a good moneymaker for the city. A concert brings people into town. They stay overnight. They drink or eat food, drink our beer and everything. They shop downtown. They shop out at the west side. They're here for 2 days. They stimulate our economy. I don't know. Do you put an entertainment tax on top of that? Yeah, you could. I don't like taxing people, but we don't get any of the sales tax. So maybe it is an entertainment tax per ticket, something like that. I don't know. But you see where the ideas start? And if you have the ideas, this is what you have to do. You've got to become involved. So I sit on the housing committee for Sun Prairie, so I'm involved in a lot of the things that are going on before it hits council. I will be on the Media Center Commission starting in May. And then I work with tourism. I'm part of the Chamber of Commerce. And so I get to the people that can make these decisions. And that's how we thrive, Sun Prairie. That's how we make our city a little bit better. Yeah, every little thing that you can do, right? Sure. But you got to have a voice. And your voice is needed, and we got to do it. So this apartment and hotel and restaurant, even though it's been controversial back in December, is the right thing to do. And I'm disappointed in Annalise Eichert for voting no. I just don't understand why she did that. But I will keep that in mind come election time the next time. Because we have to help our downtown area. We have to. First, I want to maintain that history and then go from there. Right? We can do that. We can do it. I know we can. Let's do this. Let's go back to a little bit of music, and we'll come back, and we're getting close. We've got about 20 minutes left in the show, so how about this? Oh, I love me some Dire Straits right here on 103.5 WLSP, The Sun. Good morning, Sun Prairie. Glad to be back in the saddle. Woo! Missed ya.
people, so I finished the story, they said, they were talking about the trade and room, Jcap supported it, so, the group set, 6 of them came up, so they said, why would you want to elect somebody who doesn't need to charge what?
What? Nope. Whew, that's sun. How about that? Conway Twitty. When's the last time you heard Conway Twitty on the radio, right? Yeah, as you can tell, there's a mixture of music that I like, and sometimes oldies, sometimes country. I always say to people, I have an eclectic view on music, and I like country, I like some heavy metal, I like classical music. So I try to mix all of that in there as best I can. So yeah, so I hope you enjoy it. If not, that's okay. There's other channels that you can turn to. Wow, we have a sunbeam coming through the window, of which I can't block. And now I gotta move over a little bit, see if I can get it here before the sun moves over. You know, got about 9 minutes left in the show, and some great comments about our conversation here, and especially about internet trolls. Yeah, you know, social media trolls and stuff like that go on. So it's you know what I'm talking about. People just make stuff up and then they feel like it's gospel, and that's what is so upsetting. That's what's really just. That's why that's the problem with social media. It's a voice without a face, and they can say what they want, anything they want. The wokeness comes out, I guess, sometimes too. So that's another thing. But anyway, we've got a lot of different subjects here talking about it. I do want to remind you again that about the library gala this Saturday. Love Your Library Gala is what it's called. It's going to be April 20th from 6 to 9 p.m. That's going to be at the Sun Prairie Library. Join us for an after-hours event to benefit the Next Chapter expansion and renovation project at the Sun Prairie Public Library. Live cooking demo with Chef Patrick DePaula, international street food by Salvatore's, and the bar is going to be sponsored by Cannery Wine and Spirits. Live artist demo and one-of-a-kind artwork as part of the raffle. Historical story walk, gaming across the decades, and so much more. We can't wait to interact with the cool things that come into our new makerspace and expansion, and want you to get a sneak peek at the exciting activities to come. Tickets are $60, and get this, child care is available. Yep, it is $10 per child for those 3 hours, which, folks, that's pretty cheap, you know. And of course, you are supporting the renovation of the library, so love to have you out there. Terry and I will be there and hope that you will join us. And if I've not met you before, come by and say hi, and that you heard me on the radio or saw me on social media. So would really appreciate that. And don't forget, again, summer workshops. The Sun Prairie Media Center's popular summer workshops lineup has been released. Yeah, and it's pretty cool. There's some, where is it here? Adventures in Animation, Session 1, June 24th to the 27th, and July 22nd to the 25th.
Adventures in Podcasting, July 8th through the 9th, Adventures in Live Television, July 15th to the 16th, and Adventures in Movie Making, sessions 1 and 2, July 29th and August 1st. So for more information, go to sunprairiemediacenter.com/memberships. Don't forget that scholarships are available, and if you have any questions, go to staff@sunprairiemediacenter.com. That's staff@sunprairiemediacenter.com for more information. It's a blast. I mean, the kids come in here and just have an absolutely wonderful time. They're using the same equipment that we use, either in the radio studio or on TV. They go out and do remote shots, and they just have a lot of fun. It's all hands-on. You don't need any experience. They're going to come in here, and maybe, just maybe, we have the next Walter Cronkite for us old folks, and maybe a Dan Presser for our young folks. How's that sound, right? That'd be kind of cool to see our kids grow up and to do this. For more information, also, you can go to kids4.tv. That's kids4.tv. Registration is online, and it starts tomorrow, right? Starts tomorrow. What's the date? Yeah, today's tax day. Get your taxes done. Get them stupid taxes done. Yeah. So, hey, we've had a lot of different conversations today. We've talked about the election and what happened there. We're gonna have more discussion on this next Monday. Chris Murtis is going to come on, be my guest, and Chris has been somebody that has been involved with, well, he was a former editor of the Star back when it was a real newspaper, and then also he's been involved with Don Hoosier and Talk of the Town, and always putting on the forums for kind of not really a debate, it's just a response. It would be cool to have a debate. I think that'd be a lot of fun, but maybe in the future of our Sun Prairie politics, we might have debates out there. But yeah, and so we're going to talk about that, and I think Brent is still going to be on vacation. We'd love to get him in here to talk about that and involved into our conversation. So we're going to touch on that next week, and of course we'll have music and a little bit of news of what's going on in the city. I got about 4 minutes left. I want to let you know, hey, if you've been wanting to get involved and do more in the city, or be, especially from that philanthropic side, if you want to give back, one of the things I want you to think about is the Sun Prairie Lions Club. Sun Prairie Lions, we donate about $50,000 a year back to the city of Sun Prairie, to nonprofits in our city, but we're also involved with vision screening for our kids. We do readings at the school. We help out at Sunshine Supper, at Shelter from the Storm. We do the Easter egg hunt. We park cars at Cornfest. We do a lot of things in the community, and if you're looking for an organization where you can do that with a group of friends, please consider it. And if you want, reach out to me, Baker William J, Baker WMJ at gmail.com, Baker WMJ at gmail.com. I'd love to talk to you more about it. We have about 90 members. We have a clubhouse. We have meetings on the second and fourth Thursday of the month, and we just have a really good time. And our mission is we serve. We serve. We work with diabetes, with vision. We work with the environment, with juvenile diabetes especially. So we've got a lot of activities to help out. I'm what's called a transporter. When someone has donated their retinas, we have to get them from the eye bank, the Lions Eye Bank, to different hospitals across the state. And so what we do is we have very much a transport system. And I want to say there's about 20 of us in our club that actually pick up the item, to say, and we transport it to Beaver Dam. It can go to Johnson Creek, the Dells, and then from there it goes on to the next destination and a next destination. It's very much like the Pony Express, but again, I'm showing my age because the kids that would be listening are going, "What's the Pony Express?" There you have it. So. Oh my gosh, I tell you. Hey, I want to tell you, it's been a hectic first time back this morning, but I'm glad that I'm back in the saddle and glad to be here. And thanks to Rachel Packard and Colin Lessing. I missed those guys, and so glad to be here. if anything you heard today, I want you to be more involved with what's going on in our city. Check everything out. Talk to your alders. Get to know them better. And don't be afraid to ask and to share your thoughts, all right? So until Wednesday at 11 o'clock for the Sun Prairie Real Estate Show, I will see you next time right back here on the radio. How about a little journey as we go out in open arms? Bye, Sun Prairie. All right, Facebook. You little devils out there. Glad you guys could join me. Man, it was a great group of people, and I appreciate that very much. Thanks so much for your comments and everything that you did. I appreciate it very, very much. And yeah, stick with the show. Stick with the show. Let me know what you think.